take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. First for the Spurs. And they've got LaMarcus Aldridge, the former #2 pick out of Texas, standing tall in the middle at 6'11". Then it's DeRozan. And for Los Angeles, LeBron James is out there with Caldwell Pope. And in the middle, the long body JaVale McGee. Absolutely elastic. Then it's Green, and it's Davis in at the 4 slot. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Kicks to Forbes. Fires the 3. Rebound by JaVale McGee.
Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Now Davis. After the missed 3 and Davis gets it to go.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Hey, Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He's head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
San Antonio shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Well, just last season, I mean, this is a club that knocked down about 82% of its free throws. Really outstanding numbers.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely. You know, I thought San Antonio really was an outstanding team, fun to watch, excellent at both ends of the floor. But one statistical thing that stood out was they defended at a high level without committing a lot of fouls. That takes discipline and smarts.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Davis, the pass to Green. Clock at 6 to JaVale McGee. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And good on the basket. Hook it. Clark, as you said about that Spurs team, just a team that does not foul very often, doesn't give away free points. And, Steve, they led the league in fewest fouls last season.
Well, that's part of Greg Popovich's mantra. I mean, don't give up anything easy. You can't guard a free throw, obviously. You can't guard a fast break. So important for the Spurs to avoid fouls and take care of the basketball and be efficient offensively, and that helps their D.
Here's Murray. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Tries a 3. San Antonio again missing.
Still can't get anything going here after 3 tries.
They grabbed their own miss. Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, something special about him, guys, is just how good he is at winning the so-called second shot game, going hard to the offensive glass, salvaging points with his putbacks.
And I also can't get over how much energy he expends rebounding the basketball. He goes all out on the boards every single night.
No good on the second free throw.
Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 record, Steve, against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing them for the last playoff spot. And, you know, Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but, you know, they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in.
Here's the Lakers with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. An emphatic LU jam.
Boy, what a fantastic opening quarter for them.
Yeah, it sure has been. Look at the lead they've jumped out to already. Impressive.
Spurs trail by 12. And DeRozan kicks to Forbes. Aldridge. The Spurs working the ball around now. 1:49 left to play in the first quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Forbes. Just 3 to shoot. From deep. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. It's LeBron with the drive. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got 5 now.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Waiters. Feeds it to Morris. Here's Kuzma. And the 3 off target.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And that's the only way to stop him, Clark. The defender has to be all over him with a hand in his face.
Now here's White. 6 to shoot. Kicks it out to Gay. Howard with the steal. And here's Los Angeles. They've outscored him 16 points to 2. Not slowing down. Pass to LaRusso. Screen by Howard. Waiters with the ball. Now guarded by White. Morris, no good.
That's a shot you've got to take if you're looking for the three-pointer. I mean, the defense was nowhere around.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Walker dishes to Mills. There's the feed to Gay. Out to White. And there's the pass to Mills. Rejected by LaRusso. And he's able to get it back. Shot's good by Mills. Just 4 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
It was pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a good team effort out there. Great to watch.
The Spurs shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. That's good from Ertl.
And, you know, for the Lakers last season, a lot of turmoil. And you think about the coaching change, but it wasn't just that. It was a whole system change as well. And the front office felt the Princeton offense they started using wasn't working out. So they were in a state of flux all season long.
Now here's Rondo. All sorts of time. Here's Howard. And the bank shot is good. Howard's got his first basket of the night.
Well, coaches love him because of the hustle he's continually showing out on the floor. And I think where you really see it most is on the offensive board.
And he really is a tough guy to go up against because he throws his weight around so often and with reckless abandon. I mean, it can really wear you down physically.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Hi, guys. Well, LeBron James' game is so well-rounded, you might forget that he led the league in scoring back in 2000. He said, I've done that before. I'm capable of doing it, but that's not my job here. My job is to do a lot of everything: rebounding, passing, and defending. Guys, his versatility and completeness as a basketball player is what makes him so incredible to watch.
He can do it all, Doris. Pass, shoot, a special talent. Mills with it. And going back to the Princeton offense that Clark mentioned, Steve, tell us about that offense and why do you think it didn't work out?
Well, they only gave it 5 games, Kevin. I mean, Mike Brown was 1-4 when he got fired, and that's impossible to install an offense and expect it to work that quickly. So, I mean, I think the offense would have been fine if they had given it time and given Mike Brown some time to install it.
Gay outside. This is the Mills. Pass to White. He kicks it to Mills. San Antonio again missing. Los Angeles leading by 13. Russo, the pass to Smith. Unloads. It's rebounded by Mills. Mills has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Okay, a screen on Smith. Pass to Bellinelli. From about 16. Tries to save it. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Here's Kuzma. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Lakers.
Well, Kevin, in the first half of play, they're really closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity defensively.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
Here's Gay, following the 3 by the Lakers. Inside and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Lakers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Davis with a screen on White. Pass it to LaRusso. Rondo. Lakers passing it around. Smith the pass to LaRusso. He dishes it to Rondo. 6 on the shot clock. Good. He has 6.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
San Antonio calls timeout. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Bellinelli. Spurs trail by 19.
Guys, you go back to the shortened season a year before last, and the Spurs were the best team on the road. But last year, they weren't nearly as dominant on the road. Still solid when leaving San Antonio, but far from the level they played at a couple of seasons ago.
1:53 left in the first half. LaRusso against White. For 3, Smith. Rebound, San Antonio. And for the Spurs on the road last season, they would still win 23 games in hostile territory. And while that is more than the 22, Steve, they won in the shortened season, they also lost a fair amount more as well.
Well, for the Spurs, Kevin, I think they did what they needed to do. You know, the Spurs manage the regular season. They know when to turn it on and when they can maybe relax a little bit. The big thing is they just want to stay near 500 on the road, protect their home court, and be healthy going into the playoffs, and that puts them in a good position.
Now Rondo, following the miss by J.R. Smith from deep. Rondo kicks to Davis. Aldridge on him. Shot clock at 6. And Davis can't get it to go.
you have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. There's the dish to Mills. He feeds it to Gay. He passes to Mills. Hands it from downtown. Mills has got 5 points so far.
That's something we didn't see at all from him in the first half when he had a goose egg from three-point land.
Rondo with it, now guarded by Mills. Here's Davis. No good. Spurs trail by 14. Kicks it to White. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And it's blocked. Los Angeles has gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. There's the pick. Feeds it to Smith. Plenty of space. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Smith's got his first bucket of the night. Here's DeRozan. So a pretty lopsided game through the first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Welcome to halftime. I'm your host, Damon Bruce. Out at Staples Center, a lopsided game through 2. The Lakers have been just all over the court. An overwhelming display of dominance. They're running the show. Anthony Davis off to a good start. He's got 5 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. For the Spurs, though, they've looked out of sync. They've got to do a better job protecting the ball and valuing each possession. They've not done that. Their turnover number's way too high through 2 quarters. Patrick Mills with a nice boost in the first half. He's got 5 points and 3 rebounds as well. And that does it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for joining me. And now, back out to Kevin and the gang.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. You have to like what we're seeing from Green.
I think this is the kind of quality performance we expect to see from him. He's always setting the bar high for himself, and sometimes I think we just kind of get numb to how good he really is.
You know, Steve, I think it's doubly difficult to keep up the level of play he does when you know you're the focal point of the other team's defense. To be able to play like he has when you have a reputation, that's impressive.
Lakers leading by 16.
Well, let's start with the positives and the Lakers postseason. They did make it. That's all that can be said. Is their dramatic passing of Utah and the Rockets down the stretch to take the 7th seed was really the lone highlight of what would be a quick exit from the playoff swarm.
Now DeRozan. After the missed 3 from Caldwell Pope. The shot's good from Forbes. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 5. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
As you know, gentlemen, Greg Popovich is one of the foremost practitioners of the intentional fouling that sends poor free throw shooters to the line. Not exactly a fan favorite, and Pop says, quote, "I think it's ugly, I think it's awful, but it's legal, it's there. If somebody doesn't want to get hacked, they should shoot free throws better." Guys, he's all about winning. Whether it's pretty or ugly, he doesn't care.
They wear you down, Doris. Thank you so much. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Going back to the Lakers, swept in 4 straight by the Spurs, and none of the games really that close. Spurs, Steve, just dominated them in every sense of the word. Injuries didn't help either.
No, they didn't help, but the Spurs just outplayed whoever was on the floor for LA. And I think a lot of people thought the Spurs would be a good first-round matchup for the Lakers, but that notion was quickly squashed. San Antonio just totally dominant.
And so it's San Antonio with it, trailing by 17. Green against DeRozan, and there's the feed to Forbes. The pass to Murray. The Spurs working the ball around now. Aldridge. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, I think this is one of the more amazing stats in sports when you think about it. No matter the season or the roster, the Spurs just seem to find ways to win 50 games. They've done it 14 straight seasons now, which is off the charts.
The first one falls for. And Clark, as you said, the Spurs last season hitting 50 wins for the 14th consecutive season. By the way, that's an NBA record. Second closest were the Lakers with 12 straight, Steve, from 79 to 91.
Yeah, 58 wins last season for San Antonio. Greg Popovich calls it corporate knowledge, just the consistency that comes with the experience of the group. And they've been together so long, particularly that core, that I think it allows the Spurs to really kind of cruise at times during the regular season.
Now, here's Green. He has 6. Davis setting the pick for LeBron. Again, Los Angeles.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. That is good.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
And here is LeBron. He has 5. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Outside Green. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I thought he'd make that one, and that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
LeBron dishes to Davis. And yes, sir, that one drops. Davis has got 7.
Look at the size discrepancy there between the defender and the shooter.
Well, those are warm-up jumpers. When there's not a hand in his face, he'll knock those down all day.
Here's Murray. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Dishes to DeRozan. Pass to Murray. He kicks to Forbes. 6 on the shot clock. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. Aldridge backing in. Goes back up. And it's JaVale McGee with the rebound.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
No good from Caldwell Pope.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen him hit those in the past, but like you said, the defender was on him like glue. It would have been quite a bucket.
Number 41. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Lakers leading by 17. Caldwell Pope passes it to LeBron. And the Lakers get it back. Here's McGee. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
That's good from McGee. And the Spurs making a change here. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. Certainly the Lakers blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Morris, no good. Spurs trail by 16, and it's Walker penetrating. Aldridge left side. Rejected by Howard. LeBron kicks to Waiters. Passes it to Morris.
Get there.
There's 31 seconds left here in the third quarter. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find some, you're right. Here's Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. LeBron dishes to Morris. Back to LeBron. Now through 3/4 of play. We get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
These long-range shots look like layups out there, guys.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Spurs trail by 18. The pass to Murray. Spurs passing it around. And a rejection by LeBron. The shot's good for Hurdle. Now here's Green. He dishes it to LeBron. And he feeds it to Morris. Working on Walker. Puts it up from 12. Morris with the bucket. And the Lakers lead by 18.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Outside, Walker. All alone. And too long on the shot.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
James. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
At the line for your Lakers, LeBron James. At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. DeRozan comes in for Walker. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. There's the dish to Aldridge. Number 41. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
At the line for the Spurs, Lyle, 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Lakers leading by 20. Davis sets a screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Terrific design on the big play, and he lays it in.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Shoots a 3. No luck. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Forbes. Green, no luck. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs making a change here. White's checked in. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. DeRozan passes to Aldridge. Back to DeRozan. Buried from 15 feet out.
Get going.
Now LeBron.
Go screen. Got you. Flash it down. I got you.
And he jams it with authority. That's doing some skyscraping.
And we're talking about a point guard there, Kevin. He can really raise up.
A flashy pass, monster dunk, whatever it is. I mean, this guy's got the versatility to do it.
San Antonio calls timeout.
He has to be concerned with all the missed shots. I mean, it happens to every team, but you have to find a way to keep being productive even when you go through a shooting drought.
He might be trying to tell them to get to the free throw line. You know, all teams go cold at points during the game, but the good teams still find ways to score.
White, left side. Pass to Murray. 5 to shoot. Out to DeRozan. Puts it up from 15. And it's LeBron James with the rebound. LeBron's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. 4th quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Passes it to Murray. Number 41. Left in the 4th quarter. Green kicks to LeBron. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Spurs trail by 19. And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. There's a minute 40 left here in the 4th quarter. LeBron right side. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
1:29 left in the game. Here's Murray. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
The soft finger roll is just one of the many finishing moves he has in his bag of shot making.
LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. Back to LeBron. LeBron gets the screen from Davis. James. And he slams it one-handed.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
Free throw good, LeBron. Spurs trail by 20. Here's Mills. 58 seconds left in the 4th. Three-pointer. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
And the Lakers making a change here. Rondo's checked in. And Bellinelli kicks to Gay. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. The Lakers with the rebound.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Smith outside. Back to Rondo. "20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. He passes to Howard. Defended by Ertl. Here's Waiters. And again, the Lakers no good. And here's Walker. Gay outside. 17-foot shot on the way. And he hits the jump shot.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's
Taking care of business here. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly controlling each end of the floor.
Hey, what more can you ask?
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg's